Hey, Cub Nation. Hope all you guys had a great weekend and all that. Yeah. Hope you guys just had a great weekend. Hope you guys are having a great Monday and all that. You know, earlier today was game number 4 of 2026 spring training for our Cubbies. First game of 2026 spring training where it was not televised, and all of that. We're going to get into pretty much everything that happened today between the Cubs and the Rangers at Surprise Stadium in Surprise, Arizona. And I will talk a little bit about my brother Casey because he got in today's game at Surprise Stadium in Surprise, Arizona. But I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I got to apologize, guys. Having a little bit of what you could call a nervous breakdown. But I was going to do an episode tonight on the channel, and I'm going to stick to my word on doing an episode tonight and right now on the channel. So I'm sorry, guys. I mean, just having a little bit of a nervous breakdown or whatever you want to call it, and all of that. But I think we're just going to talk about basically a new player the Cubs signed earlier today. And we will also talk about what happened in today's game regarding my brother Casey. But before I get into all of that, guys, yesterday we all remember the what happened in the Cactus League yesterday, and I'm going to update you guys on that situation. All spring training games in Cactus League play today were effective. They got in without any emergency alarm going off, which was great. That was scary. I got to admit, it was a scary situation yesterday. And that did not happen in the Cactus League play today. All Cactus League games went on as scheduled, which is definitely a plus. You want to see that. And all right, guys. So I think it's time we get into tonight's main news. All right, Cub Nation, earlier today before game 4 of spring training, the Chicago Cubs picked up a free agent off waivers. Well, not really waivers, but he was a free agent. Last year, Michael Conforto was on the LA Dodgers. He definitely did not have a good season with the Dodgers last year. He had one of his roughest seasons as a MLB player, and to that extent, he was struggling mainly at the plate. And going into last season, Michael Conforto is a guy that makes a lot of good contact. He really doesn't struggle that much at the plate, which was a shock for the Dodgers last year. Luckily, he was only on a 1-year deal with the Dodgers last season. And long story short, he didn't have the best year. He didn't really have a good year at all, including the postseason, which really concerned, LA Dodger Nation. They just, they all understood that, players, no matter what sport it is, they always have those like little bit of struggles going on. And Conforto he had a high strikeout rate. The first half of last season, the swing and miss rate for Michael Conforto was above 34.10%, which you may not think or feel like that's a high number of a swing and miss rate, but it really is, okay? I mean, anything over 31% of a swing and miss rate in Major League Baseball is not a swing and miss rate you want to have as a hitter or position player. And, Michael Conforto mainly was in the Dodgers starting lineup when there was a right-hander on the mound. Once a lefty went on the mound, Dave Roberts took him out. He's been good. He's been decent against lefties in the past, but nothing out of control and crazy, if you know what I mean. Swing and miss rate is a big thing, guys, going on in Major League Baseball at the moment. Michael Conforto, I mean, he even admitted in the offseason, Conforto, with MLB Network, that he did not feel very comfortable with that swing. His batting stance was a little bit different and a little bit new, which could have, addressed that. It was really the second half of the season last year when his at-bats got a little bit better. He batted a 143 last year against the Cubbies. That the best hit he actually had a triple at Wrigley Field last year. He came off the bench at Wrigley Field in the fourth inning and got a triple. But Michael Conforto, guys, has never really batted very well at Wrigley Field. And he did really well, but at Wrigley Field with the LA Dodgers last year. And this offseason, he's been a free agent, and kind of one of the reasons he wasn't picked up was not because of his fielding, but it was because of the swing and miss rate he had. I mean, that swing and miss rate carried a lot. It got a lot of Dodger coaches concerned. They even sent him down to AAA Oklahoma City for a little bit, thinking that would help him out a little bit, readjust everything, and hopefully get him right back on track. And it turned out that was not helping, at all, But anyway, guys, you're probably asking what has this anything to do with Michael Conforto and these Chicago Cubbies? It has everything to do with that. The Cubs signed him to a one-year deal earlier today. Well, they agreed on a one-year deal earlier today. So Michael Conforto will be one of the newest Chicago Cubs for the 2026 season. Again, it's only on a one-year deal. So he will be, due to when he got picked up, he gets picked up on a Monday afternoon, and the Cubs are in game 4 of their spring training in 2026. And so Craig Counsell, Ryan Flaherty, and assistant hitting coach John Maley basically said, Michael Conforto, it's going to be maybe a week or maybe possibly 2 weeks before we actually see Michael Conforto getting into some big league games. They just want to get him comfortable with everything that's going on. They want to get him moving. They want to get him to feel right. They really don't want him to go out and, because what the offseason can do to athletes, guys. I mean, it can ruin an athlete. It can make an athlete better. So I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned because, Michael Conforto may have a phenomenal year with the Cubbies, but you also got to take into account what he did last season. Now, before last season, Michael Conforto was either underappreciated or overlooked because the guy actually, when he swings a baseball bat, he doesn't miss a whole lot. You know, it's a very small time. He's a guy that, you know, makes contact a lot. Sure, he may not always have the highest batting average or the best batting average, but every once in a while he does fine. So yeah, very excited and all that. I guess I could say welcome to Chicago Cub baseball, Michael Conforto. He will be meeting with the Cubs media tomorrow. I believe tomorrow after the Cubs game, he'll be meeting with the media. He met with some of the media today, but not a whole lot, guys. And they do believe, I think tomorrow morning, they are going to make the contract official, pending on physicals. So that'll be nice. But yeah, I would like to know your guys' input and you guys' thoughts of the Cubs signing Michael Conforto. So definitely give me your input and your thoughts down below in the comment section. But a guy that was with the Dodgers last year, very high swing and miss rate. Again, last year it was going into his batting stance that, I mean, because his batting stance in spring training last year was different from the one he had in the regular season. That actually may be why he struggled. You know, batting stances, it does that to some hitters, you know. So, but yeah, Michael Conforto he is at least one of the newest Chicago Cubs for 2026. He is only on a one-year deal with the Cubs pending physical. So I would like to know your guys' input on all of this. Let me know. Yeah, let me know what you guys have to say about this. Do you guys like it? Do you guys disagree with it? I would love to hear your guys' input down below. All right, guys, so even though today's Chicago Cub game was not televised, my brother Casey did get in. He actually came in to the game in the 8th inning. You're probably asking me if he got an at-bat. Unfortunately, in today's game, Casey did not have an at-bat, but that is totally fine. You know, it's kind of odd because the first 6 innings of the game, my brother Casey was in the bullpen, you know, and he didn't have his jersey on. He had his jersey in his equipment bag. And basically what happened was he got told that he may be coming into the game. And a few innings later, I mean, he was in the game catching. And all that. Luckily, he did not have an at-bat. And the reason I say luckily he did not have an at-bat is because, number one, he only had one bat on him that he brought because he didn't think he was going to be playing in the game. And so it came out that in the top of the 9th inning, he was the 5th one due up that inning. And unfortunately, they had 3 batters for the Cubs come up in the top of the 9th inning. And then Casey was able to finish the game behind the plate. And but I think what is so special about this moment is my brother Casey was the catcher when the Chicago Cubs got the final out in today's game. And with that said, guys, you know what I mean when I say the final out of the game. The Chicago Cubs go on the road for the 2nd straight day, and they pick up their first win of spring training on a Monday afternoon. The Chicago Cubs get their first win of spring training. They are now 1-3 on the season. Yes, guys, fly the W. Man, fly the W. That's all I'm going to say. The Cubs are now 1-3 in spring training play. They are 1-1 on the road, but they finally get their very first win of spring training. and that was just so fun to say and all that. But yeah, guys, you're probably asking me, how did I know that my brother got in? It was really interesting. I got a text from his girlfriend. His girlfriend said that he was in the game. She was not at the game. She's in Arizona, my brother's girlfriend right now, but she was out with friends, and she got notified that he was in the game. So, I think she was happy that he didn't have an at-bat because she would have missed it. But yeah, Casey did a great job. He just can be, when the final out, when the Cubs got the final out, he was the one that was the catcher. So it was just a special moment indeed, guys. And, this photo in the background, it's one of my favorite photos of my brother Casey and I. But I'm so proud of him, First win of the Cubs. They finally get a win after going 0-3, and especially with yesterday's incident. So I'm very happy for him, and I'm very proud of him. But yeah, guys, Cubs win on a Monday afternoon, and they are now 1-1 on the road. They are now 1-3 in Cactus League play. I've said this the past couple of days: win, lose, draw, it does not matter. It's still spring training. It's preseason play. So it's not about, a win is literally nothing more than a bonus. That's all it is. So, but yeah, very proud of my brother and all that.